I'm Caitlin Bruder, and this is VCU InSight. Blue sky is the only thing that remains at the top of the 40-foot pedestal where a statue of Robert E. Lee has stood for 130 years. In the early morning of September 8th, cranes removed the 60-foot bronze statue of Confederate General Robert E. Lee. The statue has been a fixture on Monument Avenue for more than a century. Governor Northam vowed to take down the statue in 2020, but faced legal opposition from some Monument Avenue residents. The removal came quickly after the Supreme Court of Virginia voted unanimously to invalidate a land deed from 1887 and 1890 that said Virginia would always maintain the statue. COVID-19 cases are increasing as flu season approaches. Gabrielle Thomas has an update on the pandemic.
That's right, Caitlin. Over 777,000 cases in Virginia and over 33,000 hospitalizations were reported in the first week of September. Now, doctors are urging people to get vaccinated as soon as possible now that the FDA approved the Pfizer vaccine. VCU college students kicked off the fall semester despite the rising COVID cases on campus. According to VCU's vaccination dashboard, there were 34 active student cases and 17 employee cases during the beginning of the semester. Isolation and quarantining is required for students who have been in contact with people who have COVID or have been exposed to the virus. PPE kit vending machines are located on VCU's MCV and Monroe Park campuses to encourage students to stay safe.
As the fall season approaches, some Richmond residents are saying goodbye to the pools in a unique way. InSight's Giovanni Brown has more.
Thanks, Caitlin. The Ride and Dive event is one of the most unique events to attend in Richmond. Ride and Dive is an annual public event to bike and swim in every Richmond public pool before they close down for the summer.
Alex Fisher is the organizer of the Ride and Dive event. His goal is to bike to 7 different pools in a span of 5 hours, which results in 16 total miles.
The goal is to get to and swim in every public pool before they close for the day and before they close for the season. So we're meeting at Hotchkiss Pool first, and then we will travel together in a group to each pool. We'll have about 20 to 30 minutes at each pool, then we'll get up, dry off, and head on to the next one.
Although this is the first Ride and Dive event with a mass group, they hope to expand the event to even larger numbers coming in the future.
Alex ensured to have someone lead the group and also someone in the back to make sure no one was left behind. Grayson Holland, who was a first-time member of the event, shares with us his experience.
My mom kind of forced me to go on this event, but actually I'm having a lot of fun. Usually go bike riding by myself, but it's nice to go in a group.
Not only was the event meant for biking and pools, it also did a great job of showing off the new infrastructure of Richmond by traveling through some locations they weren't accustomed to. Alex wants for more people to feel comfortable about biking around the city of Richmond.
Show off some of the bike infrastructure the city's provided. It has improved a lot in the past few years. There's still a long way to go, but just excited to show biking to people who may not normally feel comfortable biking across the city. Just want to let people know that it is an accessible form of transportation and you can bike around at Richmond fairly easily.
From VCU InSight, I'm Giovanni Brown.
The group is hoping to expand the event for the upcoming year. Back to you, Caitlin.
Kanye West has made history again after debuting his latest album, Donda. Angelique James has more.
That's right, Caitlin. Rapper Kanye West's new album, Donda, has made history by being the largest Dubé album of the year, setting a new record on Apple Music. Donda is a tribute to West's late mother, Donda West, who died due to cosmetic surgery in 2007. Hip-hop expert Pierre Seth talks about how he felt about the album and the tribute.
Particularly was, there's the age-old joke of, Kanye kind of lost his mind after he lost his mom. And I think, there are certainly moments where I could hear him speaking to his mother.
Donda was presented for the first time on July 23rd in Atlanta, Georgia, but Kanye's record label would not release the album until more than a month later. Seth explains that this was not advertising for West, but more West trying to perfect his album.
Kanye has had such a huge impact on hip-hop that if Kanye just were to say, hey, I'm dropping an album, right? I don't know how much advertising actually needs to be done when you're a household name like that. right?
Although Donda is breaking records, many VCU students and staff feel like Kanye is controversial, including Dr. Madison Moore. Moore explains how canceled musicians are seen in the industry.
Like, how do you engage with an artist who has like been culturally canceled, you know, who is otherwise quite talented and quite brilliant, but who is kind of like a bit faux pas or whatever. So, and we often, we uplift our pop stars or our musicians to deities, and we want them to do so many things all at once. And I think that we forget that people can sometimes have, rough patches.
Donda is West's 10th studio album, and according to Vox News, it took West about a year and a half to finish the album. Back to you, Caitlin.
Thank you for tuning into VCU InSight. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more shows. I'm Caitlin Bruder. Good night.